Alrighty then. Successful Indie Author 5-Minute Focus episode 1011. Small group writing retreats. I know I've addressed this before, but let's clarify what we're talking about here. Small groups, 3, 4 people getting together, maybe 8. What are you doing? Well, that's what you have to decide early. Make sure you have your goals for the group, not something as nebulous as get as many words as possible. Because that's an end result. What you can do is you can make sure you have 2 20-minute retreats and 2 20-minute sprints an hour for 6 total hours of writing. All right, there you go. So now that's something you can, is that set? How many words you get? Well, that depends on the flow, on your typing speed, on other factors. And you're going to see that as you do those writing sprints, you'll keep increasing your word count. So the first one, 20 minutes, you might think, oh, geez, I should get 1,000 words. And you might actually only get 400. But by the end, you might get that 1,000 words. So that will be an incremental improvement that you'll see. However, give yourself the time, give yourself the equipment, and set the parameters, and you'll see the good things that can happen from that. So you have to set those goals of here's what we're going to do. Establish that. Everybody agrees. You all share and you all commit to a single goal. Is it those 6 hours of 20-minute sprints? And you can adjust if everybody's ready to keel over after 4 hours or 5 hours, fine. Then what do you talk about? And you can have a stack of additional topics that you want to discuss with the group that once you're spent on writing. Until then, writing, because that's what the writing retreat is about. No one disruptive. This is really important and something that if somebody is disruptive in social media, in person, they probably are not the same way. Some people are worse. And some people are, when they get with their tribe, they get kind of talkative and then they're disruptive. And that's, you have got to have a ground rule that when we start the sprint, nobody talks, nobody gets on their phone, nobody takes phone calls, whatever it is. Get on that, set that in place and make sure everybody abides by it, because this is a writing retreat. Even if it's only 3 or 4 people, you can't have anybody disrupt the others because you're there to accomplish a very specific purpose that you agreed to ahead of time. And you see Stanley back there. That's why I have the camera cocked funny. Now, part of a retreat, logistics are king because they need to be transparent to the user. So people need to know where they're sleeping, what they're going to eat generally, and then a meeting space. Where are they going to meet? Are they going to be comfortable sitting on various those things that go into transparent to the user? Here's your desk. Here's your chair. Here's your room. Here's your menu for the week. And even if you take turns cooking and stuff like that, you get a big house and everybody gets their own bedroom and stuff. That's great. But make sure that it's all agreed to. You've got the groceries. Well, I wanted to make this and we don't have any of those ingredients. Well, all ahead of time. It's got to be transparent to the user. You can't be jumping through your butts on something that's simple, like how can you have a writing retreat without coffee, without tea, without water? All of that stuff needs to be in place and known before you get there. Transparent to the user. People have to just be comfortable, because when they're comfortable, they're going to be able to create better and faster. That's the writing. If they can do that without worrying about, geez, what's for lunch? Geez, I'm hungry. Are there any snacks? I'm thirsty. Is there anything to drink? You can't have those kinds of questions because that's bad. That distracts from what your goal is that everybody's agreed to. And then schedule, stick to it, flex if everyone generally agrees. If you have one powerhouse that wants 50-minute sprints and they will type for all 15 minutes, but it burns the hell out of everybody else, then maybe you can't do 50-minute sprints. That's fairly aggressive. You can always increase, and you can always decrease with everybody's agreement. But if one person is pounding away and they just, once again, now are they disruptive? So maybe that person doesn't get invited next time. Sorry, but everybody's working together here for the shared common goal and the shared common good for all. There's your writing retreat. Logistics have to be in place and everybody needs to know what they are. You have to have shared goals and agree to the rules ahead of time. And then you have to go do it and get what you can get within this parameter. And you're going to find that you probably do pretty well. Peace, fellow humans.